But like if anyone's missing, shoot them a message and we'll let them know we're getting kicked off. But okay, here we go. All right, so for those of you who I don't know personally, I'm very excited to get to meet you guys tonight and really have you get your eyes and ears on something that many of us just experienced this past weekend, and really have you be one of the first to even hear what was released, because we are in partnership with a company called QSciences that is on the move, shaking up the industry of e-commerce and just doing some big things around health and wellness. And I'm very excited for you guys just to hear a little bit more about my family's story, really have you get to see exactly what QSciences is all about. So let me get this up and screen shared. Hopefully you guys can see this, and I'm going to pull up that waiting room to make sure that I don't keep anyone on the fence. But like I said, my name is Catie Bristow, and if we've never met before, I actually live in Boise, Idaho. I know we have some people calling in from Boise, though we have some amazing reach around the US and even international right now. And a lot of people are just hearing the buzz about QSciences, and really a partnership that was forged for our family about 3 years ago this month. And our background is in health and wellness. We are a health and wellness company, but we own businesses outside of QSciences, and we own a gym actually here in Boise, Idaho, called CrossFit Fireside. It's our biggest passion. We love what we get to do for our local community. But about 3 years ago, my husband was sitting in a place where from his 14 years of serving in the military, just had a lot of residuals from war. He wasn't sleeping very well. He had a ton of pain and inflammation, and just his mental health was not really at its strongest place, to say the least. And I know that there's many people out there who maybe aren't even in a military position. Maybe you're in a first line of response. Maybe you're first line in our hospitals right now, or maybe you've just felt the impact of the last couple years of shutdowns and closures, and maybe you can relate to some of those areas. So I know it's a big need in our community and in our world. And so we kind of went on this quest, looking for more natural, holistic solutions. And I'll be forever grateful for the phone call my friend made to my husband and I of just saying, hey, look, I know where you guys stand and what you guys believe in, and we're expanding here in health and wellness. You got to see our newest project. And that's where we sat on a Zoom similar to this, and we got to hear all about QSciences. And I'll be totally honest, I was crazy intrigued for what it could do for my family. And I wouldn't be here talking to you guys tonight if it hadn't made amazing impact for us. But I would say I'm even more excited today than I have been in the last 3 years for what this opportunity is affording many families, and actually many families that I've come to really care about on the call tonight, where it's creating a vehicle just to do more and expedite goals and dreams, to create more freedom, whether it be financial freedom, time freedom. Because I don't meet very many people, including traditional business owners, who don't say, an extra stream of income could really do a lot. Or maybe even make up some of the impacts of what this last year has done on a financial basis. And so to be here and have you guys really get to be one of the first to see what our company just released, really who we are in the big picture, I feel very honored to get to share, and you actually get to hear a couple other stories tonight from some of my great business partners. But we're going to keep this short and sweet, and really just touch on the most important things, because as you guys can see, and maybe many of you guys who've never even heard of us are probably thinking, okay, is this company new? What are they all about? And we're actually not this ground floor startup. We've paved the way for 10 years as a company, and the last 4 years within this model, this business model of e-commerce, where now we're distributing products online through people. But prior to that, the first 5 years, or should I say 6 years, was distributed through doctors' offices. So that's the standard. That's the medical grade that we carry, which is very unique for the supplement world in general. And that's really what turned my head. And I thought, okay, that's different. Medical grade supplementation that people have access to, anyone has access to. And as you can see, since we've made the relaunch in 2018, we've grown 1,200%, which honestly, is a very big number, but what the heck does that mean? Well, I can tell you guys, to be a part of something where I've personally seen, us kind of taking a chance on this industry and taking a chance on this company, to then see this consistent growth year after year, to where last year we were able to impact thousands of families with these products. Our business produced over 3 million in sales last year. And that, to me, that's what 1,200% growth means. But as you can see, we are just getting started. We're not a household name. And to be able to be a part of these growing early years, you can create that same story of really impacting that many people around the globe, or maybe even just turning around and impacting your family with a few $100s a month or more. So we're expanding truly right now, which is so exciting. But we also are not just in the US, we're expanding globally around the world, and 23 countries to be exact. And actually, I think we might be up to 24 because we opened Ireland this weekend as well. But I really believe in where we're going because of these two men. They are our owners of QSciences. But I think, to my husband and I, when we see these photos, the thing that comes to mind is mentorship and friendship. They are some of the brightest business minds in business. And we've learned so much because they have experience outside of this industry. Like Mark Wilson has an incredible portfolio in real estate development. He's a 2-time Super Bowl winning champion, and he's one of the most kind people I have ever met. He knows our son's name, and we were just at our convention this weekend, and he's like, "How's Colton? What is he up to? What is he? I mean, he's 20 months now, so he's just crazy." So he's like, "What? How's Colton doing? We miss him." And that to me just resonated, that he thought enough to even care to know our children and to know his name and to even care to know what he's up to. But then again, our friend and mentor Jake Spencer, he comes with over a decade of actual experience building out the business that we all are a part of. And to me, that's very, very unique to have someone who's been in the trenches and knows how to make this work and knows how to do it right. But also great friends to my husband and I. And we even got to spend about a week up in Utah with their family in between Christmas and New Year's, just enjoying the snow in the winter. So these men are very, very important to our family. But the person that really brings this layer of credibility that we were just wowed by was the fact that Dr. Stephen Kimberly is the brains behind what we provide. He is the gatekeeper behind our products. And that's coming with over 30 years of practicing as a naturopath, as a doctor, and actually with his foundational belief of science being this evolving thing to create a product line that's dynamic and innovative and very aggressive to serving the people best. And that really left an impression, because if any of you guys are familiar with the supplement world, yeah, you get the same old stuff on shelves. Walk into GNC and ask them the last time they reformulated their multivitamin, they reformulated their fish oil. It's usually 5, 10, 15 years plus. And here you are looking at a product line that's either been formulated or reformulated in the last 12 to 18 months. Because we really care. That's how we serve people the best, is to keep things adapting to really what's going to be most absorbable and most effective in someone's body. And so, as you can see here, our full suite of products is pretty condensed. We're not this massive, Cheesecake Factory catalog, that's overwhelming to someone. No, we have very powerful sources that are going to impact the pain, the sleep, the mental health. It's going to impact kids. Difference, with balancing hormones, providing clean, natural energy. But some of our biggest, verticals we have here, and actually one of my favorites, and one that I've become so passionate and really proud of what it's doing for the greater community, it's our fitness, our MyQFit. And it's an incredible team. And our directors, Stacy and Kimball, again, are people that we consider friends, but they're actually people that we consider our own coaches, because we do follow a lot of their programs from home, especially now becoming parents in the last 20 months. And so to see the transformation of the body and the mind, and it all connecting to the person, because it's how you move, it's how you eat, it's how you supplement. And our MyQFit app's providing those resources to someone's home. And so, yeah, our My Q Fit community is amazing. But really the cornerstone and really the strongest pillar in our company is our wellness. It's what founded Q. It's what we've consistently bought month over month over month since falling in love with this core stack, because for the first time, it was a supplement that we took and actually felt a difference with. I became less reactionary at home. I was more patient. I had less brain fog. And even someone who has personally struggled with mental health, going on a multivitamin that really promoted, the positives as far as, preventing, mood kind of, swings or just kind of like the mental health, needs to a person. I know that QMax really helped for me on my postpartum journey, where I was really susceptible to some of those more prevalent things for mamas who do struggle with mental health. And so to take that and feel great and feel good the last almost 2 years has been huge. But my favorite in this trio, which does come in like prepackaged little baggies here, which is insanely convenient, is the natural anti-inflammatory. And it's so effective that it even canceled my husband's back surgery a couple years ago. And I mean, he's got triple disc herniation. He's got 2 compressed discs. You'll even hear Colton here. He's really missed us. He's like, I just want to see my mom. So yeah, the anti-inflammatory is huge, because this is what's allowed Ben to be an athlete again and be present and active with our son and not have to go under the knife. And that's just been huge for us. But the last one being gut health. And I'm actually really excited to touch on this, because we have a very high quality probiotic, because gut health is another buzz topic. People are looking for it. And this has been one of my most favorite supplements because people feel a difference on. But it also leads me to introduce to you guys a product we just released that's pairing into our core. It's going to be added to our Q Core stack, but it's something you can have access to today with the help of digestive enzymes. Again, it's going to help with the digestion of food. It's going to help breaking down carbohydrates, fats, proteins more efficiently. And it's really just going to help someone, keep their digestive health up. And so this is an added one. And I'm sure there's some people, I actually haven't even tried this yet, but the comments that I've seen in just the couple of days since it's been in people's hands is just like, I feel good, less food sensitivities. And I just think that's huge. So excited to release that. Our hemp is another big pillar, another buzz topic. I'm sure you have not, how should I say it? Like, you've heard of CBD in the last few years. People are looking for options that they can trust, options that work. And when you have a very absorbable product, people feel a difference on it and they want to rebuy it. We're also very transparent with our product. You can scan QR codes on all of these bottles and actually know what's in it, which I know usually comes with the biggest concern. If someone's working in a first line of response or in a position to where they're drug tested, people are like, I don't want to be taking drugs, but I want this magic, in a bottle. And our hemp oils, you can really take with confidence because you can see what's in what you're taking, which I think is huge. But we have different versions because different things work for different people. Some, it's going to be the consumable oil, which is what was the major catalyst for Ben to start sleeping. And he's been sleeping from 2 hours a night to 8 in the last few years, which has been life-changing for our family. But the topical creams are great for muscular pain, inflammation. We even have not topical, but ones that you can add to your water. They're water soluble, and you can drink your hemp and microdose it versus just taking one serving. You get to microdose it over time. So very innovative. I haven't really seen anyone do that. I'll get back to this, but I do want to speak to a different option that's not hemp. And we're the first to market these. It's called Terpenes, and it's the active ingredient in all plants. So if you're someone who's like, man, I really want to try the CBD, but I'm nervous, I love that we have this because this is providing a very similar response, and actually one that I use more frequently now because I know if I take the chill, I'm going to be chill. My husband loves to take the comfort, and that really helps with, pain, any sort of discomfort. Obviously the sleep is slumber, and the newest one, and actually there's discounts. Anything that I mentioned is new. We have deep savings around right now, and that creates My friend Britt calls it liquid Adderall. It helps with focus. So if you're someone who's like, man, I just need to like slow down my brain and be able to focus, I highly suggest taking a look at the Create. And so this is not CBD, it's not hemp, but it's plant-based, and it's really the next generation of essential oils. And we're the ones to innovate and create it. So very, very proud of that. But the last thing I do want to speak to is our collagen. Another major buzz topic right now. People are looking for ways to, decrease wrinkles and even out skin tone and discoloration, hair regrowth. And you guys can see photos down below. It speaks for itself. Like truly, it speaks for itself. And to see this product go from brand new in September to being our number 3 resold subscribed product, it has to work, guys. People wouldn't want to rebuy, something that isn't working for them. So our medical grade liquid collagen is huge. And we have even an option that helps with joint health, muscle development, that gold one called Rebuild. It's a little bit more on the fitness side of things. And then we just released this weekend our Collagen Topicals. And so whether it be a serum, and Bridget, actually those before and afters on the end there, is from the serum, where it's really helped with fine lines, wrinkles, skin tone between the serum and the night cream. And she's someone I love and respect. And she would even consider herself, she calls herself like a skincare snob. I, on the other hand, am like, okay, just like give me some recommendations, people. But she's like, no, I know good skincare. She's worked in skincare for years. And she literally said, I'm obsessed. These are products I'll never live without. So our serums and our night cream are phenomenal. But really, our stories are just one of many. And I'm really excited to actually introduce you to one of our business partners. Her name is Brandy. She is someone I just spent a few days with in Salt Lake City, Utah. And guys, she's building a business with no experience doing anything like this. And so I'd love for you, Brandy, just to share your quick little story with us.
Hi, like Catie said, I'm Brandy, Brandy Beliveau. I started with Q back in August of last year, just based off of a recommendation from a friend who I used to work in education with, and we were nannying and picking up at the same school together, and it kind of just came up in conversation. But I'm also a runner, and my biggest passion is running, and I want to run a marathon and this and that. And I had kind of mentioned to her that I stopped running so much because my knees were bothering me so much. And she introduced me to what is now my all-time favorite product. I always have it on me. I always use it before I run, after I run, anytime I'm sore, anywhere. And I have it here with me because like I said, I don't go anywhere without it. It's the Q Renew Roll-On. You roll it right on your skin. And when I tell you it's magic, I don't even, I can't even say it enough because it's magic. Like I can run miles and miles and miles without even having to worry anymore, where I used to go for 2 miles and be like, well, that was enough for today. I can't do this again. So I'm actually retraining for a marathon because of it, because I do feel so much comfort. And another thing, like Catie said, we were just in Utah, and I was there with my friend Lauren, and she was, the only person I actually knew in that room before going. But because of Q and all these connections we've been making and the community, I felt so at home, and I was with a ton of people that really wanted to be there. They wanted the person next to them to be there. They wanted to succeed, and they wanted to see everyone else in that room succeed. And it was such an amazing experience that I just can't share it enough. So thank you, Catie.
So awesome. You're so welcome. No, it's, the community, guys, I think that makes, Q so dang special. And it's just so fun for someone like Brandy to go like, I don't know anyone. This is a new business model for me. And then to come out and get to just feel at home. I mean, I just think that, speaks to what we have. So Brandy, thanks for sharing. And that story around that Renew Roll-On is just amazing. And so really, guys, to show you kind of the back half and really the part that, like I said, I haven't been this excited pretty much since I enrolled 3 years ago, because I see the life change in people. When I sat on a Zoom like this, and you're probably like me, I could think of people who needed what we just talked about. And that doesn't even scratch the scratch on what we have. And so looking at a way to create another stream of income, I was in a place to where I didn't have all the extra time to go really create something from ground zero. But if I could work something part-time in the extra minutes of my day, maybe this could be something viable for our family. And especially with a $40 business investment, it was kind of like an everything to gain, nothing to lose. And so we dove in. And for $40, we got all of our resources, at our fingertips, from apps to back office marketing material. But the biggest being, through this e-commerce platform, it's nothing that you're doing, from like a storefront. This is all online. We had even mentorship in our corner. We had resources from corporate that really set us up to be able to build this part-time. I still do this part-time, even though it's paying me more than my full-time, business venture. But that's because we have resources from a corporate level that are investing in our customers with cashback rewards. It's giving us and our customers options to shop wholesale, everything being a money back guarantee. And so we just dove in and we said, great. If there's mentorship that's going to really teach us how to make this work, if we work it, let's plug into it. Let's see what's possible. And it was crazy, guys. And I'm even going to speak to a couple enhancements that we've just added here this weekend to our actual now 5 ways that we earn. I need to update this one. I just forgot, because on our customer side of things, it now comes in a 2-part payout. And so right now, and just like even a month ago, 3 years ago, we get paid for sharing these amazing products, and we get paid extremely generously. And when someone shops, they go to your website and our warehouse ships it to them. So it's nothing you're holding inventory for. You just get the credit. And as they rebuy, their account will always be tied to your book of business, just like if you did like insurance or something like that. You get paid every single month for that policy. Same thing here. Every time a customer rebuys, you're going to get credit. And so we have a very generous percentage connected to our customer payout. And we've added another customer bonus where, just like you see at the bottom here, you can rank up and earn a recognition title to your milestone in your business and unlock a new bonus. And so as 3 orders come through your personal website, you're going to earn the percentage tied to it, and you're going to make $50. And that there is so huge, because if you know this industry, and if you don't, ignore this part, but if you know this industry, that's not normal, just to share product and be recognized heavily for just getting these amazing products in people's hands and earning benchmark bonuses. And so our customer commissions are huge, because with the bonus and the percentage, it's really paying out and upwards to 50% on what we're sharing anyway. And I too have not heard of such numbers when it comes to just sharing our product. And so we have people literally making a few $100s a month to thousands. And I'm talking like paying mortgages with just sharing these products. Now, the second way that we get paid, which is kind of like the third now, is when you get to link arms with a couple people and go into business together. And now you're not just getting paid when someone shops through your online store. You're getting paid when people are shopping through their online stores. And so it's kind of like the real estate industry right now, to where, a broker gets paid when an agent sells a home. And so you can see here the 2 people that I tagged, because you just need 2 to unlock the team commissions to do business with. The 2 people I tagged was my mom and my best friend. And then all of a sudden 3 orders, you can see that 3 orders came through their online stores. And as I was making those hefty customer commissions, all of a sudden we made another $50 and unlocked a $100 bonus for the first time we did that. And that was the aha moment for us. That's really where I thought, okay, wait a second. I just got paid $150 and I didn't know those 3 shoppers. And that's really where I thought to myself, how big can this be? How far can this network to people that I've never met before? Because this is growing. The distribution right now is through the business partners and the people. So you can see the 3 orders grew to 6, and we made another $150. And if I flip to the comp plan, which if this is your gears turning, get back to the person who invited you, because we can for sure talk about this. But the team commissions, you can see in this box 3, when your book of business continues to network and grow away from your network, because really box 1 and 2, that's your direct network. Those are people that you know. But box 3 is all about your business growing and networking away from you. You can see a monthly team commission tied to it. And this has been a big part where we've been able to help people to create a few $100s a month, a couple $1,000s a month. But we have had people, I almost consider it a little gangster as far as the income they've made, making an extra 2,000, 4,000, 8,000, 15,000. And one of our great friends, Sean and Alyssa, they've been able to even take home an extra $25,000 a month. And they did that and they partnered with us just over a year ago. And so when I say the opportunity is now, and this is why I'm so excited, it's a big part of that. Really helping people get ahead and do some crazy stuff, writing whole new legacies. So box 3 and 4, bonuses are tied to it. And mind you, what you see in 1, 2, 3, and 4, those pay on a weekly pay structure. So we can turn around and help the newest person make their money back and more within their first week. And even more, I would say, because the customer commissions, that weekly pay just got triggered this week. So that's a whole new weekly pay structure that used to be on a monthly basis. And now that too is on a weekly basis, which is huge. But the last thing I do want to speak to before I introduce you to one more friend is the fact that we have that 5th way that we earn. It is a bonus structure here in the US, but it's so much bigger than a bonus because it really is a culture. We want to create a culture that's so contagious that people don't just make more money here, but they learn what to do with it. They learn the financial literacy. And to see even our family come into Q and go from a good place to a great place where we, maybe didn't have a whole lot of debt, but we definitely did not have our retirement set up. We definitely didn't have enough emergency savings, and we definitely didn't have our money working for us and making us money for the future. And so to come here and work with our free financial coach, and if you're in the US, you have access to it, or if you're international, you have access to the team of coaches to be able to really learn the A's, B's, and C's of really how to move the needle in your financial game. And even if you're coming in a place that may feel like rock bottom, there's nothing to be ashamed of, because anyone can start from anywhere, just like my parents. And that's why I love this photo. I almost consider them coming from ground zero. Yeah, they didn't have debt, but they didn't have the long-term savings. They didn't have the emergency, savings either. They definitely had no retirement at retirement age, and that felt defeating. And now they're not there anymore. And that's because of our coaches. So just to see this movement happening is pretty incredible. But before we close this down, there's one more person I want to introduce you to. Her name is Janelle. She made the trip all the way from Canada to be a part of our event this weekend. And really, she's one of the pioneers up there in Vancouver, BC. Because guys, there's like less than a couple thousand ambassadors in Canada currently, and Janelle is one of them. And that speaks for all markets around the world, is do you want to be that first person to share? And so I'm just so excited for what Janelle is doing. So Janelle, if you are on here, I think you are still. I would love for you to unmute and just share your story.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, I'm Janelle out in Vancouver, as Catie just said, and my background's in kinesiology and physiology, and I actually came to Q for the business because I actually craved for a company that had systems, that had mentorship, that had direction. I'm a very busy person at the gym all the time and working, and I needed the support it took to build a business. And when I came into Q, I was skeptical. I was like, what does this even offer? My first week into Q, I got to give feedback to corporate about product marketing and certain verbiage used on packaging, and they heard me. And just that experience from my first week with Q, been here since August, just spoke volumes to pioneering a market. Again, in Canada, there was 15 of us or 20 of us, if that, in Utah this past weekend. And when I walked into the room, just knowing those numbers, my hair stood on end, because if you want to be a leader in an industry, in our marketing, you need to look at the numbers that you're in. If you're at a company right now somewhere else and there's huge saturation, just take a step back and think about the value you can have in a company like QSciences, because for me, it took a week to notice that. So be curious about Q. It's a family. This weekend was such an eye-opener it's a business mentality here. It's not MLM hype and rah. It is giving you tools to be a business owner for yourself. So thanks for having me on here, Catie.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for sharing, Janelle. But truly, guys, hold on a second. I don't know if you guys can see me. I think I might have made you a host, Janelle. But truly, guys, what she said, I mean, we were in a room of 1,500 people around the globe. We're not sitting in stadiums. We actually are in this ground floor era, but we have the framework to really help anyone get off the ground and make it work. You got to meet Brandy, never done this industry before. You got to meet Janelle. She has done the industry before, and both of them are able to win because we have a simple plug and play. You can earn while you learn. There's not a skill set or a personality type where you would, be the one-off. We can really teach anyone, meet you where you're at, and teach you how to earn and learn and really make this be the vehicle and the dream vehicle that you want it to be. And so to wrap this all up, I just want to say thank you for being on here. But I do want to encourage you, get back to the person who invited you on here. What we're sitting in right now is just amazing. And your gears may be turning around a product, which to me, that's like a no-brainer. Like, go try the product. If you hate it, send it back. We'll definitely get your money back. But I've yet to have people return a product. So that's just my little plug to that. These products are legit. They're the real deal. But you very well be like myself, where I sat on the Zoom and I thought, my gears are turning. I don't know if this is for me, but I'm forever grateful. I had the courage and almost like, I like to consider, almost put my ego aside of saying, okay, I'm not above doing something different, but maybe keeping my business hat on, maybe they're onto something. Maybe this is something viable. Maybe this can create, more options for more people. And I'm so glad I took the time to get the questions answered, because I knew it was no pressure. We want to partner with people who want to work the business. We want to partner with people who want to be coachable and learn the systems. If you don't want to do that, you get to love and use the products as a wholesale customer. Like, there's no pressure on the business end, but if it is kind of even at a 1%, get back to the person who invited you on here. Let them know what caught your eye. Let them know what your questions are. And myself and many others that are on here may have more resources and just experience under our belt. And we just love to have an open conversation. But I will say, if you are thinking of really any and all of this, or you're thinking of someone who needs to hear it, on Wednesday, we're going to be same time, same place, just a whole different voice, a whole different story. I know one of the individuals who will be sharing on here is a great friend. She's a nurse. She's a fire wife. She's a yoga instructor. And guys, she's been able to replace her nursing income and actually did that in her first less than 2 months. She was able to do that here just by plugging into her system, remaining coachable and working hard in the minutes of her free time. And so I'd love for you guys to hear her story. Her name is Lauren Paz, and there'll be many other stories on that call too. So join us on Wednesday. If you're thinking of someone, invite them, but definitely get back to the person who invited you on here. So enjoy your night, guys. It was so good to meet many of you. And I'm sure we'll be talking here soon. So take care.